Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Well guys, I'm really excited about doing this video, or this episode. Doing something a bit different today. I'm lure fishing and I'm on the Isle of Skye, somewhere that I've never been before. I'm joined with a good friend and fishing buddy, Steve from Sparta Fishing UK. Staying in a fabulous little cottage which is really central in the island, so you know, no matter what direction you're going to go, it'll be about the same amount of time whether you go to south, north, east or west. I will put all the information of the cottage at the end of the video, showing you some pictures etc, and I'll leave all the information in the description so you can go and check that out. So yeah, Isle of Skye. As I said, first time on the island. I'm looking forward to this. Steve has been here numerous times before for the pollock fishing predominantly, and obviously he's had some fantastic trips. So yeah, it's middle of April, and yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. We've got 4 days on the island. This is day one. We did stop off at Loch Duach on the way up. Had a couple of fish there. Fishing deep water. I was just using slow jigs and fishing in that deep water, and yeah, we had a couple of fish. We're also joined by one of Steve's friends as well, Dean, and he had probably the best fish of the day. He's not a YouTuber, so he didn't get that on camera, but a nice fish, about £4. Fought like a demon, and I did lose 2 or 3 fish to the ledge just because I was using a softer rod, I think, and I was giving them too much line rather than try to bully them. So yeah, lure fishing most of the time on the island, fishing a mixture of slow jigs, fast jigs, some soft plastics, and different weights. My weights that I'm using are probably between 30 and 60 grams. 60 grams for the really deep water, 30 to 40 for the average sort of depths, 20 to 30 feet. The rod that I'm going to be using for most of the trip is my 9 foot. This is a 10 to 50 gram rod, a really stiff rod. It's the top piece is actually broken, so it's making it even stiffer, but really stiff, so I can get good action in the lures. As I said, 9 feet, just a cheap rod. This is just a lure and shad rod. At the moment I've got my 4000 Penn Battle 2 on with 22 pound braid, 8 strand. I may put my little 2500 Penn Battle 3 on this. See how it goes. Again, that's loaded with 22 braid. That's all I've got, and that's all I'll be using for this trip. We're on a mark just now that's one of Steve's favourite marks. That's what we're going to kick off with, and hopefully the next time the camera's on we're maybe into some action. Well guys, we fished this mark for several hours and we threw everything at it. The wind was picking up from the south all the time. It became really uncomfortable in the last few hours, but we did throw everything at the fish. The fish just either weren't there or they weren't playing ball. They certainly weren't playing ball. We threw slow jigs, fast jigs, different soft plastics, different weights, but we couldn't connect with anything. Steve did connect with one fish, unfortunately lost it to the weed, and the growing southerly wind it was just becoming unbearable. Couldn't help but feel a little bit disappointed on the first day. I think Steve, he was even more disappointed than anyone else because he's done so well from this mark before. He's never blanked in this mark before, and he thought this would be a banker for a great start to the trip. But that's just fishing, and you can't win them all every day. So we headed back to the cottage, got our thinking caps on. The weather for tomorrow was similar strong wind, if not stronger southerly wind, and we had to think what we were going to do. Decided to head north to the furthest, most northerly point on the island, Rubahunish. We were sure to hopefully find some shelter there. This is a mark that Steve has never fished before, so we were all really looking forward to exploring a new mark and hopefully getting into some fish. Look at that boys, good hearty breakfast to start the day. Yes, beautiful fish, guys. Like I say, pristine. It's been a bit of old warrior, this one. Fantastic. Aye, the Skye. Boom. Well guys, Skye, day 2. Yesterday, not a disaster as such, but it was a blank. We're on the east side of the island, strong southerly wind, we just couldn't get shelter from the wind. So we all blanked, 3 of us. Steve was the only one that hooked into a fish, but unfortunately lost it to the kelp. So today we went the furthest north that we could on the island, Rubahanish, just to get away from this southerly wind. The camera probably won't pick it up. You maybe see it later on when we're fishing. Just gusts of wind blowing from behind us across the bay here. Ideal spot. Was a bit of a trek to get here, but well worth every footstep. The scenery on its own, just, you know, the mountains around us. We're like 3 billy goats coming down the mountain to get here, but yeah, well worth it. Found this little mark, and we've all had fish so far. We just had a few casts when we arrived, and yeah, we've all had decent fish. Dean's had 2 crackers. Just really good to get some fish on the, well, me especially, first Skye fish, Skye pollock. So really pleased. I've had about 2 or 3. Dean's had a couple, Steve's had 2 or 3. Seem to be liking the soft plastics just now, but I'm sure they'll take anything when they're on. Anyway, we'll see how we get on. Yeah, so we got here just before low water. Tide has just started turning, according to Steve. His lures are moving from left to right. They were moving right to left to start. Really pleased to get fish on the last of the ebb tide, and hopefully it stays as good as it has been on the flood, which I'm sure it will be.
Dean's in, but as soon as got kelp, we got it really close in, so hopefully we get it.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, it's a cracker as well.
Beauty.
Really good fish.
Nice one, Dean. Oh, beautiful fish. Best one of the trips, that is.
Up here, mate. How get yourself on there.
Get yourself on YouTube. Dean's first fish of the day. Best fish of the day.
Yeah, mate, well done. Happy as well, you were that. Good lad. That's the best one so far. Absolutely class, mate.
There's Dean into a fish again. Just when we're having a wee break. Oh, looks a nice one now. Oh, beauty. Hold it up. Cracker. Dean's just pulling him up, we're having a little break. We're in again, guys. That's a wee guy. That's a wee fish. On the white soft plastic sand eel. Brilliant. Really close in, right below our feet. Try that again. I'm not even trying to cast far. Bit of a rip current just to my left. Just letting it sink down really slowly, and then just really slow retrieve, and I'm getting smashed just down there, almost at my feet. got my drag tightened up so that I can't really afford to give the fish line. As much as I love to play fish, if you give them any line, they're just going to take you into the kelp and they're going to nail you. So glad we came to this spot, guys. So glad. Every time the sun disappears, the temperature drops by about 5 degrees. It's really quite cold when the sun's away. And this wind is just blowing right over our heads. Like I said, it was a bit of a trek getting here, but well worth every step. No monsters yet. I'm just really happy to have caught my first Skye pollock. And Dean's had a couple of nice fish, I would say touching 4, maybe even 4 and a bit. I'm really pleased for him as well, the first time he's actually been lure fishing. So you're just winding really slowly with this sand eel jig head. Just had a hit there. That's a fish. Get up above that kelp. Another nice one. Getting a bit bigger. That was really close to the kelp. Couple of pound. Beauty. Get this guy back. Get another one. Bit of a shower coming over. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This is real wild fishing in a wild place. That's why I love fishing so much. Dean and I, we continued to fish this little part of the rock, probably for about 45 minutes. Steve, he wandered off about an hour ago. Steve's got a bit of a condition, ADHD, angler's determination, hunting disorder. As soon as the fish dries up, Steve goes a wander. Anyway, we got a call from Steve saying that he was into pollock, fish a chuck, and he's been catching them over the last hour. So we decided to pack up where we were on this little part of the rock and head over to see him.
There's a little bit of counter there. I just keep giving them a bit of slack.
Come on, you bother.
That's digging deep in it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
A porpoise.
Nice.
Beauty.
You just couldn't let Douglas have his moment, could you? That's so peaceful.
Aye.
My first time on Skye as well, you know. To be fair, to your credit, it doesn't look like you've never fished for pollock before. You seem dead at home with it, like bringing them in. Once they're on the surface, like, they're not going to go back down. That's the way he was.
Another cracker, guys.
I don't know why, but I've just cast it slightly left me. Sorry.
No worries. Must be hooching with them. Hooching.
Last chuck. Follow.
Well guys, we're going to call it a day today. Day 2 in Skye. Fantastic day. Couldn't have asked for any better. Obviously travelling north to this little mark, and yeah, got into a few fish. You'll need to go over and check Steve's channel out, Sparta Fishing UK. I will leave a link in the description. He did amazing here. Fish a chuck, 20-30 fish, and like I said, all the info will be in the description. Until next time guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Piscator UK.